All right, welcome to the deep dive. We've got some really interesting official info coming out of Japan today. We're going to be looking at the world of anime and games.
That's right. Think of this as, well, your direct line. We're digging into some key announcements, event reports, all straight from the official sources, publishers, retailers.
Yep, exactly. We want to give you the clearest picture of what's happening and, maybe more importantly, why it might matter to you as a fan.
So basically filtering through all that raw info to pull out the important stuff.
Precisely. And we've got two main things on the agenda today. First, some pretty detailed news about a new game as part of a really popular RPG series. And then we're going to do a complete 180. We'll jump into a report from a big event for, well, a massive, super intense fighting manga and anime franchise.
Yeah, totally different vibes between the two. But like you said, both are grounded in those official details, the stuff coming straight from the companies involved.
Okay, so let's kick things off with that game announcement first. We are talking about the newest title in the Atelier series.
Right. The full Japanese title is, let me get this right, Urom Tuyubrukshawud Sheshawuo, which translates to something like...
Roughly Atelier Resleriana, Forgotten Alchemy and the White Savior, something along those lines.
Got it. Atelier Resleriana. And the source for this info, you mentioned it's official.
Yeah, this comes directly from a press release issued by Animate Holdings and Gamers in Japan, so straight from a major retailer, basically.
Okay, good. So what are the key takeaways? The need-to-know details from their announcement.
Well, the biggest one, probably the one everyone wants to know first, is the release date. You'll want to mark this down, Friday, September 26th, 2025.
September 26, 2025.
And actually, pre-orders have already started. They kicked off through gamer stores and their online shop, too, just last Friday, June 13th, 2025. Wow, okay, so pre-orders are live right now, then. And platforms? Is it exclusive, or are we seeing a wider release?
Good news there. It's pretty wide. Confirmed for PS5, PS4, Nintendo Switch, and also Steam.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty much covers most bases. People should be able to play it wherever they usually game.
Exactly. Makes it really accessible.
And what about the game itself? How are they pitching this new entry? Is it more of the same, or are they changing things up?
Well, the description says it aims to sort of carry forward that core Atelier experience that fans love, but also evolve it.
Okay.
It's telling a completely new story, new protagonist, all set within the specific Resleri world they've mentioned. So familiar formula, but a fresh adventure.
Right. Building on what works, but offering something new. Makes sense. Now,
Yeah.
For Atelier fans, I know this next part is usually a big deal, the different editions, the bonuses. This series is kind of famous for its collector stuff, right?
Oh, absolutely. And the press release does break down the different tiers. So first off, there's an early purchase bonus. This is specifically for the initial run of physical copies.
Okay, what do you get?
It's called the Active Adventure Set. Includes special costumes for two characters, Lias and Sly. Lias gets Passion Runner, Sly gets Fresh Trainer. Plus, there's an Adventure Charm Set.
Active Adventure Set, got it.
But there's a little asterisk here. They do note that these specific items might be distributed later. Could be free, could be paid DLC.
Oh, that's interesting. So buying early gets you them first, physically, but maybe not exclusively forever. That's actually a really important detail.
Yeah, definitely good to be aware of that.
Okay, so what's the next step up? If you want more than just the standard game with that early bonus.
That would be the premium box. This is where you start getting the physical goodies.
Right.
It comes with an art book, a soundtrack, and 2 special hologram shikishi. Those are like nicely illustrated art boards.
Okay, art book, soundtrack, shikishi. Sounds pretty standard for a premium edition. Anything digital.
Yes, you also get a download serial. This one's for Lias and Sly's Midnight costume set.
Midnight costume set. But wait, didn't you just say something about bonuses maybe being available later? Does that apply here too?
You picked up on that. Yes, the source also mentions that this specific Midnight costume set is planned for free distribution later on anyway.
Huh. So the premium box gets you early access to those costumes, but not permanent exclusivity.
Exactly. The serial code gives you them right away, but sounds like everyone else will get them eventually. Oh, and a key point for PC players. The Steam version of the premium box just comes with the CD key for the game itself. No physical box or goodies for Steam Premium.
Ah, okay. Digital only for the Steam Premium contents, apart from the game key itself. Good clarification. And I assume the usual disclaimer applies that images or concepts, things might change.
Yep, standard procedure. They always include that warning.
All right, so that's the general early bonus and the premium box. Now, since this press release came from gamers specifically, I bet they have their own exclusives layered on top, right?
You bet they do. If you order specifically from gamers, whether you go into a store or use their online shop, you get a gamers exclusive bonus. That's a specially drawn B2 tapestry.
A B2 tapestry. Nice. And then, is there like an ultimate super duper edition?
No, there is. Also exclusive to gamers. It's called the Gamers Chojin-Tai-Ben.
Chojin-Tai-Ben.
Yeah, basically translates to super limited edition. And this thing bundles either the premium box or you can get it with just the standard version of the game, plus a whole stack of other gamers exclusive items.
Okay, lay it on me. What else is in this super limited edition?
You get a drawn A4 character fine graph. The art on this is the same as the art on that B2 tapestry bonus.
Okay, same art, different format.
Right. Then there's an original full graphic T-shirt. The source material shows the design for this. And you get another original B2 tapestry. This one has a different design, featuring 3 specific characters shown in the source.
Wow, okay. A fine graph, a T-shirt, and a second, different tapestry. That really is a super limited edition. That's a lot of extra stuff.
Definitely targeting the dedicated collectors with that one.
I can imagine. Now, the $1 million or maybe the yen question. Did the source give prices for all these different combinations?
Thankfully, yes. They laid it all out. So the standard game, just the base game for PS5, PS4, or Switch, is 8,580 yen.
Okay.
The premium box, which includes Steam as well, is 12,400 yen.
12,400. Got it.
Now, if you want the standard game KOUS, that gamer's exclusive B2 tapestry, that bundle costs 21,780 yen.
21,780. Okay, quite a jump for the tapestry.
And finally, the big one. The premium box PLUS, all the gamers exclusive items, that Chojin-Tai-Ben bundle that comes in at 25,600 yen. And that's also available across all 4 platforms.
25,600 yen. Phew. Okay, that's a serious collector's price point. But good to have all those numbers clear.
Yeah, quite a range depending on how much you want.
Definitely. So, look, if you're listening right now and you're an Atelier fan, especially if you're into collecting the special editions or you just wanted to know if it's coming to your preferred platform, well, you've now got all the crucial details straight from the source.
Release date, pre-order info, platforms.
Exactly. And a really clear breakdown of what's actually in each of those different editions and bonus tiers. It's basically everything you need to decide how you want to jump in, what level of support you want to show, and which unique items you might want to try and snag.
And knowing those little details, like which costumes might be free later anyway, that really helps you figure out the actual value you're getting with each version. It lets you make a much more informed choice.
Absolutely. Okay, then. Let's completely change the channel now. We're shifting from, cute alchemists and crafting
to something a little more intense.
Just a little. We're heading straight into the bone-crunching, high-impact world of Baki-hama.
Okay, brace yourselves. This source is a report about the opening ceremony for an exhibition. It's called Utyu.
Baki-haku. With lots of exclamation points, I assume.
Naturally. It translates to the new official original art exhibition Baki-haku.
Gotcha. And who put this report out?
This comes from Akita Shoten. They're the publishers of the actual Baki manga. So again, right from the source.
Perfect. So what's the deal with this exhibition? Is it just like hanging up manga pages?
They're actually emphasizing that it's a new concept. It's different from the previous exhibition they did for the 30th anniversary.
Oh, how so?
So goal, they say, is for visitors to, and I quote, enjoy the world of the Baki series from a different angle. So it sounds like they're trying to offer a fresh take, maybe more interactive or thematic.
Interesting. Not just a retrospective then. Okay, practical stuff. When is this happening? Can people still go?
Yes, absolutely. It's actually running right now. It opened last Friday, June 13th, 2025, and it goes until Tuesday, July 1st, 2025.
Okay, so about a week and a half left from when we're talking.
Right, and it's a solid run, 19 days straight. The report specifically mentions there are no closing days during that period.
Good to know if you're planning a trip. No need to worry about it being closed on a Monday or something. Where is it?
It's in a really prime spot in Tokyo, Shibuya.
Ah, easy to get to.
Yep. Specifically, it's on the basement floor, B1F, of Shibuya Tsutaya in an area they call Shibuya IP Square. SIPS B?
Shibuya Tsutaya B1F. Got it. Probably hard to miss once you're there. What about opening hours and ticket price?
Standard hours are 10:30 a.m. to 9:00 p.m. Last entry is 30 minutes before closing, so 8:30 p.m.
Okay.
Just a small note. On the very first day, June 13th, it opened a bit later at 3 p.m., but otherwise it says 10:30 to 9:00 hours.
And the cost to get in?
Pretty reasonable, 3,320 yen, and that includes tax.
Okay, 1720 yen. So all the essential info if you're in Tokyo or heading there before July 1st and you're a Baki fan. Now, you mentioned the source focused on the opening ceremony. Sounds like that was quite the event.
It really does. They had some pretty cool special guests.
Yeah.
They brought in Enako, who's a really popular cosplayer and TV personality, and also Hiroshi Tanahashi, the famous New Japan pro wrestler.
Wow, Tanahashi. Ace of the universe.
The very same. And apparently both Enako and Tanahashi are huge self-professed Baki fans, which is perfect for this kind of event.
That's awesome. Makes it way more genuine.
Who hosted?
The MCs were a comedy duo called Kinbis.
Right. So what juicy bits came out of their talk session? Any fun Baki fan moments?
Oh, yeah. It sounds like it was great. Lots of real fan talk. They shared how they first got into Baki. Tanahashi said he actually started buying the manga way back in high school.
Classic.
And Enako. She got hooked more recently after doing a Baki collaboration photo shoot. She cosplayed a character and that pulled her in.
Huh. That works too. The visuals alone can be pretty captivating. Did they talk favorites, like characters they relate to or admire? They did. They played a game asking, who would you cosplay as? Enako picked Maria. Apparently she had cosplayed Biscuit Oliva before, so Maria felt like the next step.
Okay, interesting choice. What about Tanahashi? I bet he picked someone super muscular.
You absolutely nailed it. He chose Moemi Shinogi.
Moemi Shinogi, the cord cutter.
That's the one. And Tanahashi explicitly said he picked him because he likes characters with massive muscles. And get this, he apparently styled his hair to look like Moemi Shinogi just for the opening ceremony.
No way. He actually did the Moemi hairstyle. Okay, that's next level commitment. That's amazing.
True fan dedication right there.
Seriously. Okay, what about another question? If they could hang out with any Baki character for a day, who would it be?
That was the next one. Who would you spend a day with? Tanahashi didn't hesitate. He picked Biscuit Oliva.
Mr. Unchained. Why him?
His reasoning was pretty great. He figured with Oliva, he could eat incredibly luxurious meals and get some serious training in to get even bigger. Practical and aspirational.
That's brilliant. Eat big, lift big. Very Oliva. What about Enako?
She immediately chose Kaoru Hanayama.
Hanayama, the standing man. My favorite.
She called him her absolute favorite character. She loves that he's insanely strong, but also has this really kind side. And she specifically mentioned the scene where Hanayama visits his mother in the hospital, how much she loves that moment.
Oh, man. Yeah. That scene hits hard. It shows that depth beyond just the fights, that sense of duty and kindness he has. That totally tracks why he'd be her favorite for that reason.
It really does. It shows she connects with the character aspect, not just the power levels.
These choices really tell you a lot about why people love Baki, doesn't it? Any other deep-cut fan moments from this talk?
Yeah, they played another game, like a charades thing called Pose If You Say XX, based on memorable Baki scenes.
Oh, cool.
Tanahashi had to pose the most painful scene. He chose Jack Hammer's infamous bone extension surgery, and Enako guessed it right away from his pose.
Oof, yeah, that's definitely up there for painful. Good choice.
And Enako. She had to pose 2 scenes for the most despairing moment. Both involved Retsukayo and Pickle. First was when Pickle eats Retsu's leg.
Oh, God, yeah.
And the second was later when Retsu counterattacks by swinging his own severed arm like a weapon.
Whoa. Those are specific and incredibly bleak moments.
Totally. And the MC guessed the leg scene, and Tanahashi guessed the arm swinging scene. It just shows, these are just casual viewers. They know the series, down to those really specific, often brutal, iconic panels and moments.
That's fantastic. Hearing celebrity fans geek out on that level must have been really cool for the audience there. Did Tanahashi give any tips for people actually visiting the exhibition?
He did give one specific recommendation. He said visitors absolutely have to take photos with the life-size character figures they have on display there.
Ah, the life-size figures. Always a highlight at these things. Good tip.
Yeah, sounds like a major photo opportunity. And the report also quickly touched on the Baki series itself. Reminding people over 100 million copies sold, its focus on diverse fighting styles, that central, incredibly intense father-son conflict between Baki and Yujiro.
Right, the core elements.
And also how massive the franchise is beyond just the manga and the anime we see on Netflix or TV, stage plays, even pachinko machines, stuff like that.
True, it's got a huge footprint. So basically, if you're a Baki fan and you can get to Shibuya before July 1st, this Baki-haku, Exhibition sounds like a must-see.
Seems like it.
And hearing about that opening ceremony with Enako and Tanahashi sharing their favorite characters and recalling those super specific, memorable scenes, it really paints a picture of the passion surrounding this series. It kind of makes you want to go back and reread or rewatch those moments yourself.
Definitely. It highlights that it's more than just fights. It's about these characters and moments that really stick with people. An event that seems to really get the heart of Baki.
So we've covered quite a bit here. We took that deep dive into two really different announcements, right? On one hand, the super detailed rollout for a new game release, Atelier Resleriana, with all the versions, the bonuses, the dates.
Very structured, product-focused info.
And on the other hand, we got this report from an event, an exhibition for Baki, focusing more on the fan experience and celebrity engagement.
Yeah, more about the culture around the series.
But what's really interesting, I think, is how both of these rely on those initial official sources. The press releases from the game publisher, the retailer, the manga publisher, they're the foundation for everything.
Absolutely. They provide the solid facts, the concrete details. This is the date, this is the location, this is the price, this is exactly what's in the box.
Right. And those facts are what the global fan community then picks up and runs with. It's the starting point for all the news articles, the forum discussions, the YouTube videos, the hype trains.
It's the raw material for fan engagement.
Exactly. These official comms, they're how these series constantly create new ways for fans to connect and participate. Whether you're trying to decide which Atelier premium box has the best value for you, or you're getting hyped seeing your favorite Baki moment get highlighted at an event. It all starts with these announcements.
Yeah, they turn the creative work into actual, tangible things fans can interact with, buy, or attend. It fuels that participation.
Okay, so quick recap of our deep dive then. We pulled out all those key official details for the upcoming game, Atelier Resleriana, Forgotten Alchemy, and the White Savior. That's launching September 26th on PS5, PS4, Switch, and Steam. And we walked through that whole complex structure of early bonuses and the gamer's exclusive editions.
Lots of tiers to consider there. And then we shifted to the Baki-haku exhibition, which is happening right now in Shibuya, Tokyo until July 1st. We shared those fun insights from the opening ceremony, featuring passionate fans Enako and Hiroshi Tanahashi talking about their favorite characters like Hanayama and Oliva, and geeking out over those incredibly specific Baki moments.
And just to reiterate, all this info we discussed, it comes straight from those official Japanese sources, publishers, retailers. This gives you the solid factual basis for what's going on with these titles right now.
It's the ground truth for fans.
So, thinking about all this, the level of detail in these announcements, the specific dates, the exact locations, the pricing down to the yen, the precise contents of every bonus item, here's something to maybe mull over for yourself.
How do these really granular, specific details that come straight from the official sources actually impact your own engagement with the series you love?
Yeah, does knowing the exact contents of a limited edition change your buying decision? Does knowing the precise dates and location of an event make you more or less likely to try and attend? How much does that official detail shape how you choose to support a series or participate as a fan?